Me huketa je upahakake chuhinchu chibu
I told you you need a good ship. Well, I don't have a good ship. I have a great ship.
Sigo maharaze
Maybe
kwa.
they don't like visitors where you're heading. I'll take you as close as I can, but I'm not dying. Hi, Vigilant. The Vigilant. Hello, Geludo. Hello, Magister. I like the crew we've got. We've got me. Behold. And then we've got Vigilant. Behold. And then we've got Bragwin. What? Like, I just picture Bragwin looking at something like, what? You got something to say? No. Please don't kill me. Hi, Hazardous. Hey, Crazy Norse. Hi, Geludo. Oh, and there's Orkana. Hi, Orkana. Let's see what kind of dungeon this be, shall we? I was actually pretty impressed with the last one. The dungeon design has gone substantially better. Gotten substantially better. Wow, that's it? That's your fleet? 1 dreadnought? And 2 cruisers? I have 2 thoughts on it.
I don't know if you can read me, but I've arrived.
We read you.
Oh, 3 dreadnoughts. Whoa! Unless those are Revan's dreadnoughts, in which case, never mind. Yes, I look forward to seeing this mount in action here. Let's just switch up to the usual playlist for this. I think that'll work. Oh, wrong. Oh, whatever. We can't even mount here. Alright. I count.
The jam is in sight.
3.
Perfect. And I just hit the jackpot. An exhaustive list of Revanite traders on both fleets. I'll do what I can to guide you through, but that signal jammer might cause some hiccups.
Attention. Be well.
Let's just do this. Absolutely, Ryman. DOS 2 is, without exaggeration, my favorite CRPG. And one of my favorite RPGs of all time. I just realized I don't think Brig would have heard my not quite joke earlier. Oh, well. Hey, Nemesis. Hi, Valerian. See, that sentence works 2 different ways. H-I-G-H, comma, Valerian. Or actually, H-I-G-H, colon, Valerian. Or H-I, comma, Valerian. That's a good question, Crazy Norse. I hope they get better soon, Nemesis. Hey, Samson and Brett. Oh, God. Have you already seen Jedi Knight, where you're at? Oh, jeez. Yeah, no, DOS 2 is just legit. It's funny without being too bad. It's got an extremely well-crafted world behind it. It's got tons of methods by which you can progress through the quests. It's got, like, an inordinate quantity of optional content. Just, it's fantastic. God, I love it so much. Oh, I cannot recommend DOS 2 enough. And fact, maybe we should play it again on camera. No. Way too long of a game for an audit. Also, it doesn't need an audit. Yeah, I saw Mr. Red. Oh, I'm glad you liked it. I will say DOS 2 has exactly one flaw. It's turn-based. Now, I know that sounds like a strange thing to list as a flaw. But the thing is, I actually have friends who have resisted playing DOS 2 because they just don't like turn-based games. And for no other reason. And I know they're not that, you know, those friends are not alone in that. It's that whole turn-based versus real-time with pause, you know, debate. I actually don't mind either, but I get it. I get that some people just don't like the style of it. I'm with it. Anyways, right, so you asked me about Hugh Jackman. So first of all, I'm happy to see him come back in Deadpool 3. It is quite literally the only way we would ever see Hugh Jackman coming back as Wolverine, and it wouldn't suck. Because if they just did another Wolverine film with Hugh Jackman, then it would suck. Like Logan concluded, definitively. They even say that in the joke trailer they did. The second thing I have to say is, and let's be very clear about this, the reason they got Hugh Jackman for Deadpool 3 is because it's what Ryan Reynolds wanted. It's not about us. Let's just be very clear about that. That is not about fan service. It's about Ryan Reynolds having the weight to finally ask. He's been fan geeking out over this for literally years. He has wanted Hugh Jackman to be in a Deadpool thing with him for literally years. That is not a joke, and that is not an exaggeration. He has admitted this quite openly. So, yeah, no. I'm with it. I am legitimately looking forward to it. I mean, I was already going to see Deadpool 3, but I am legitimately looking forward to seeing what they do with Hugh Jackman as Wolverine in Deadpool 3. If he doesn't have his mouth stitched together at least once, I'm going to be disappointed. I do, Exodus. That's what I would do, Pillars of Snow. Anyways, that's my thoughts on that. Oh, that's true. He did fix the timeline at the end of Deadpool 2. That's a good point. Forgot about that. I need to rewatch that film someday.
Okay, you're in. There's a force field between you and that jammer. You'll have to gather a set of security codes to pass through. Signal's going to start breaking up soon. Talk to you when you get that jammer shut down.
So, I'm not sure if Deadpool 1 or 2 is a better movie for me, because I was in such a different headspace when I watched both of them. I watched Deadpool 1 at an extremely dark and horrible point in my life, and I desperately needed the laugh. You know what I mean? Like, I was not doing well. I was legitimately suicidal. Everything was awful. And then my friend took me to see Deadpool 1, and it was just such a release. Like, as soon as the opening credits started, it was just like, oh my god, yes. And I had the great advantage of having an audience that was completely with it. I know a lot of my European viewers disagree with me on this, but I love a good reactive audience. And when I'm watching a funny film and they're laughing with me, that absolutely increases my enjoyment of that film. And we were howling that entire film. It was actually a relatively small audience, too, only like 20 of us total. But we were dying. That was a good night. It was a good night. Yeah, exactly, Act. I could see that, Crazy Norse. I have not, Trihexia. I can see that, Azidus. I can see that. It's true, Nemesis. Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool. It's like Robert Downey Jr., right? He is Tony Stark. The end, right? The end. End statement. End of line. Like, Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool. The end. He has made his absolute mark on reality forever as Deadpool. 20, 30, 40 years from now, Ryan Reynolds will still be Deadpool. That is a long stun. Jesus. I will admit there's one thing and one I don't like. And, it's purely for personal reasons. It's not really anything wrong with the film. That's, that kind of... Yeah, the air chamber. Yep. That air chamber scene bothers me. It's something fiction doesn't do very often. Thank God. A state of total powerlessness gets to me in ways I can't describe. When you are completely at the mercy of someone else. That's something I can't deal with. Alright, now that Nemesis is gone. Wait. This is a weird dungeon so far. Not as good as the last one. Come on. You missed everything, Zacteft. And I do mean everything. We're actually on our second playthrough right now. Anyways, let's ignore that scene and never think about it again. So, Ect asked me a question earlier. When I say the main issue with the Sith is they put dogma over pragmatism in almost all cases. In all seriousness, no, I think the main flaw with the Sith is that they're morons. Now, this makes sense to me, even if we assume the dark side isn't evil. Because if the dark side is all about using your emotions in order to accomplish magic, then that logically leads itself to you not thinking about things and just acting and, you know, being an idiot, basically. Now, the Jedi, they tend to put the code and their dogma ahead of pragmatism. Professor X, so if we're talking the comics, Professor Xavier, he once received a mental message from someone who was light years away. In real time. I could keep going, but I don't have to, because that really is all I need to say. Minus comics? Okay. In X-Men 2, he was very close to killing every human on the entire planet. Simultaneously. Xavier is top tier. He always has been. He is the most powerful telepath in the setting, arguably. Anyways, should Deadpool 3 not waste time with the multiverse nonsense and just declare Fox X-Men part of the MCU? I wouldn't, but I would joke about it. Like, you know what I mean, right? Like, I wouldn't use that as the shortcut to staple the two canons together. Instead, I would make a joke out of it, like Hasna said earlier.
Accept it or die.
Where, you know, we just sit down, and Deadpool's just sitting there, and he literally just is yeah, he's got the computer, and you just see him grab X-Men and drag it over into the MCU folder, and then that's it. That's as far as that needs to go, right there. I do it in the opening title sequence. Oh yeah, by the way, just for fun, what's your favorite individual joke in Deadpool 2? know mine. I can't even explain why. It's just, it absolutely had me howling. Ooh, super stunned, super stunned. Those are some long-ass... That's like a 10-second stun. Jesus Christ, look at that. Oof. Let's pull this off you. Of course. The death. Yeah, that was good. That was good. The killing of the other Deadpool. Yep. Fixing the timeline. Yep. I'll share mine just as kind of like a prompt. There's this scene where he's in Xavier's mansion and nobody's there, just like they weren't there in Deadpool 1. Now, the reason why this joke lands so well for me is because of the behind-the-scenes thing. But yeah, it's just like it's the exact same reason that none of the other X-Men are here. And he opens it, and like the entire first class cast is right there, right behind the door, and they're just like, or not first class, but you know what I mean. It's the X-Men. It's the entirety of the X-Men. They're just like, no. And that amuses me so much because he literally couldn't do that joke in 1, because in Deadpool 1 it was this abandoned, nobody cares about it movie that they had to basically blackmail into getting released. And then it sold bonkers, and so Deadpool 2 had the weight to be able to do jokes like that. Yeah, Ryan Reynolds almost single-handedly made Deadpool 1 happen. Yeah, we're not attacking the Republic. We're not stupid. Well, Vigilant's evil, but... I mean, more shock, right? We all know the Vigilant is evil. Yeah, I've talked before about how fortunate we are sometimes that we get certain specific games or movies or shows because they honestly shouldn't have happened. Deadpool is absolutely on that list. We shouldn't have gotten Deadpool. And we did, and that's awesome. I need to go rewatch those movies now. Like, right now. I'm just gonna have it on my phone up here on the side while I'm doing this dungeon. Like, oh, yep. No, I'm totally gonna kill you, Revan. Hang on. Yeah, review it live. Just I have never reviewed a movie before. I actually want to someday. With all that infinite time I have. Here's Deadpool 1 scene. Oh, then I couldn't review it, Hazardous.
Pilot base, hostile engagement initiated. Shouldn't take long.
Do you have any idea who you're fighting?
Matrix.
Any idea?
Not putting up much of a fight.
Correct. Act.
Not putting up much of a fight.
Really? Oh yeah, by the way, random off-topic thing while I think about Deadpool 1 scenes.
Lost it!
I was looking up a guide of the raid that happens canonically at the end of this expansion that we're going through. And the guide for the raid was describing how to try and bypass the bugs
Friendlies acknowledged.
in the game that make the raid harder than it should be because, like,
Systems critical.
certain abilities don't work right or they don't hit where they should hit. How old is the guide? This year, actually. February of this year, but still this year.
Nice, I'm on. Uploading the files.
Come in. Can anyone read me?
I'm here. And you are on Rishi.
Yeah.
Darthmar, you have traitors in your fleet. Scores of them, acting under orders from Revan.
Revan is alive.
He wants you to destroy each other up there.
Have the fleet powered down all weapons. Do it now.
Your people should have a list of the traitors. Finally, an open line.
Grandmaster Sean, it appears we have been set upon each other by your ancestor.
Yes, we were notified by an agent of ours whose planet's side. We're taking measures to detain the traitors among us.
As are we. Given the nature of the threat, I suggest we speak in person.
Very well. A neutral location.
There's a pirate town on Rishi. My team will send the coordinates.
That will do.
I'm muted, of course, because why would it actually allow me to unmute? That would be the sign of a good game. No. My favorite scene in Deadpool 1 is the opening credits. It was exactly what it needed to be, and it was hysterical. Jesus, I didn't get jack from that. I haven't gotten gear in a while, actually. I don't think Mara is literally the leader of the Dark Council, but he might as well be.
You alura gara.
Yep, he was ready. Phillips the snow. Would I nerf Professor X and Magneto? Probably, yeah. I mean, Magneto is another person who can affect things on a planetary scale in both the comics and the movies. He is insanely strong. It does, you're right, Hazardous. It sets the tone, and it sets the type of movie it is. On the off chance you didn't know what kind of movie you were getting into, the moment you see that intro, you know what you're getting into.
Then we are agreed. A truce. For the time being.
Quite a significant occasion. I see you've begun without me.
We both felt time was of the essence. Wrath.
Satil Shan, Grand Master of the Jedi
We've
Order.
met.
Your intervention allowed us to defend ourselves against the Revanite fleet. Many thousands owe their lives to your actions.
And the all-encompassing rot of the Order of Revan has been excised from our fleets. Now we turn to the matter of Revan himself.
My agent here has discovered that Revan's on the fourth moon of Yavin, where he believes the last spark of the Sith Emperor resides.
Revan intends to return the Emperor from the brink of death, so he may finally be destroyed.
The Emperor is no more. He should be destroyed.
You'll get no argument from me, Wrath.
Really?
Emperor hungers. If restored, he would attempt to consume all life in the galaxy, and I am certain he would succeed. No one, not Revan, not the Jedi, not you, not me, would be able to stop him.
Darth Mar and I will be leading a joint strike force on Yavin 4 to put an end to Revan's plan. I hope you'll join us.
As do I. For the Empire and for the galaxy.
Yeah, this outfit looks much better without the mask. Good pick. Good pick.
That went surprisingly well, I think.
Yeah. It's nice to see the Empire and Republic can work together without stabbing each other in the back.
It was the right move arranging for your capture. We've succeeded, haven't we?
Unbelievable. Where's the trust, huh? Did it go wander off someplace, or was it never there to start with?
If you were in on the plan, the Revanites might have been able to see that.
What, you mean mind tricks and all that? I have implants. I'm protected.
I meant your performance. Admit it. You might have betrayed the truth.
It's not impossible, okay? Let's just drop it.
Focus on the Revanites.
Isn't there anything else you wanted first?
Yes. Will that be all?
Sure. Why not? Let's see where this goes.
Theron, help Jakaro ready his ship for departure. Lana and I have unfinished business.
Don't have to tell me twice. Come on, Jakaro.
Whoop. Wrong song. Switch songs really quick here. Oh shoot, I can't make it in time. Oh shoot, no!
Some truths, they linger more than others. Like how friendship isn't easy to come by. How trust is far more rare. Theron trusted me, and I don't think he ever will again.
If he knew how painful this has been for you, he might.
That would mean letting my guard down. I don't think I could ever do that, not fully. Not with Theron. When all this is over, if we survive, we'll be back to working at cross purposes. I know there's no other way. It's like when we first met. I knew our fates were going to be intertwined completely. I've tried to maintain my poise, deny my senses. But I can't. Not anymore.
One of those options says kiss her. Just straight up kiss her. I'm not going to do that. We haven't built up to it. So let's see where this goes, like I said.
What are you trying to say, Lana?
Okay, okay, never mind. Apparently that option also leads to a kiss.
It's true what they say. Patience is its own reward.
We should go now.
Yes, absolutely. I'll make sure Theron and Jakaro are ready to head to Yavin 4. Every moment wasted is a moment in Revan's favor.
That actually amuses me.
All better.
Alright, Yavin 4. Yavin 4. I knew this was in the game because someone mentioned it in stream, like last week. I've been curious how they're going to do Yavin 4 ever since they mentioned that. Let's see it, shall we? What's the dungeon we just did? Battle of Rishi. I'm pretty sure Rishi is the big net positive, yeah. Let's get some camera going on. But yeah, if I'm not mistaken, and granted I know the EU a lot more than the AU, the Masasi ruins have been here for quite some time, so they would still be here. They at the very least go back to Exar Kun's time, which is 4 centuries before this. That's an interesting trick. I think I like that. I don't know if you can really see that. They have an interesting layering trick to make that look like a forest. It's not. Those are all 2D objects out there, except for the occasional dark green ones. Yeah, the stream does not like that, I can tell. Yeah, let me see if I can do this. Interesting. Still, that's an effective trick. It looks good. I'm actually impressed. How big's our map? Okay. Let's see what they do with it. Yeah, I like that. I didn't even realize what it was at first. Here, let me show this off properly here. That kind of gives away the curvature. You can actually see Yavin there a little bit better. Yeah, nice touch. I'm actually impressed. This is probably one of the better designed planets we've seen so far. Well, like I said, J. Palmer, I didn't realize what it was at first, because if you look at it from this exact angle, right, it's not until you tilt the camera up do you start to see the actual curvature over there on the left, and it's like, oh, that's what I'm looking at. Oh. Loving this solo-only stuff. Here, okay, so we're on Yavin. What's a good Yavin playlist? I know what we're going to use for Yavin. Ruins.
There can be no mistaking it. The Emperor is on this moon.
God damn it.
Revan is here as well. And another presence, if you wish to believe the Grand.
Yeah, it's Exar Kun.
The other presence, it's unclear. The dark side permeates everything here. Saturates it. I've been to Oricon. This is another level entirely.
Oricon was affected by the Dread Masters. Even their combined power was insignificant compared to the Emperor.
The Order of Revan is garrisoned inside an old Masasi temple. That is where the dark side is most prevalent.
We carved out an area as close to the temple as we could. The high concentrations of Masasi in these parts made it difficult.
It didn't help that you knew about the Masasi, but didn't bother to give a heads up to our recon teams.
This is no time for infighting or deception. The stakes are far too high.
Agreed. We cannot let emotion cloud our judgment. More easily said than done for some, I suppose. While Darth Mar and I have reached an accord, many of those under our command obviously don't share our sense of commitment.
If you were to assist in shoring up our position, it would serve as an example to the rest.
We can be pragmatic if we choose to. Do what you do so well out there. I'll remain in touch.
Yes, ma'am. I was going to say, the original Masasi go back a bit, don't they? It's been a while since I've studied that part of history. I only dipped my toes into that briefly. Because like I said, I never got into the old Jedi stuff. Let's see if I... Aww! I was hoping to show off some of the forest in motion. I remember when I actually had access to the Star Wars comics. That was actually about when Dark Empire came across my table, too. Me, giant mech thing. Yeah, a lot of what I'm seeing here is mostly trickery to make it look better than it is. But it's good trickery. I am impressed. I meant what I said earlier. It's using the limited engine to good effect. Because let's be clear, this engine is very limited. So, credit where credit is due. Speaking of which, I need to update the HUD, don't I? I'll do that during the next cutscene. Oh, let me wait. Make sure we credit.
We have it. Reading clear.
AT-AT. AT-AT, AT-ST, AT-PT, Sith Spirit. Okay. I remember the first time I ever heard someone say AT-AT. I was already 20-something by that point in time. And my reaction was, huh? I couldn't. I was in combat, J. Palmer. AT-AT just sounds wrong, too. Also, AT-ST doesn't exactly sound great either. Oh god, it does, Mike Romano. AT! Yeah, no. AT-AT. They never... they never say it in, Empire, do they? AT-ST. Or, excuse me, AT-AT. I don't remember. I think they just call them walkers or Imperial walkers.
You should see the way Theron glares at me.
Why, Organo? Just... We got this, but... I instantly see Organo walk in with 30 things on his back, like, oh. Okay. And yeah, and all of them are on fire, and it's just... Okay. Not gonna question. Oh yeah, we get to see the new mount there. I see you went with the good-looking one.
Lana here. I have an opportunity for us if you're interested.
Go ahead.
There's a redundant monitoring subsystem in the equipment you're installing. You could activate the subsystem, setting it to track Republic chatter and movements.
Can we set the backup system to help the main system do its job better instead?
Yes, in theory.
Then let's do that.
Okay, I'll walk you through the steps.
Welcome.
What? And there. But yeah, check it out. Here's Organo just kind of lounging on some pillows, like you do. Droid, you know. Why would you have a piece of furniture? Oh my god, you have a hovering plate with whatever that is, grapes and some other stuff. Just, wow. Oh my god. Return. I mean, grapes are great. Don't mistake me. But like, oh, apparently this is not where I want to be. Over here, maybe? But yes, I like Pillars of Snow's mount, too. Whoa. Camera. 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 There we go. Come on, game. Jesus. There we go. Finally freed my camera. I do not detect. Nobody likes my tank mount.
We've got a much better picture now of what's between us and the temple. First thing's the Masasi. We knew we'd be facing a lot, but now we know it's a lot. A lot.
There can be no reasoning or bargaining with the Masasi. Once we encroach upon their territory, they will attack.
That was the first thing.
The best of the Imperial Guard are trained in special facilities, honed to physical perfection and instilled with unwavering loyalty. We found one such facility between us and the temple. The Emperor must have had it constructed in secret.
And there are life forms inside. Human. Whether it's Revenites or the Emperor's Guard, they won't be looking to help us.
Bringing the willful in line is one of my specialties. Leave them to me.
I will not condone what you're suggesting.
And what do you think your agent does in the Republic's name? That location is of great strategic value. Make clear to its inhabitants, whomever they are, that the facility is ours now.
Yes, Teal? Can we not pretend that you're some bastion of goodness and joy in the universe? Because you're not. Just saying. Thank you very, very much, Hector Anthem. Welcome to the 2-year club. I will put that 2-year anniversary sub towards Metro Exodus. Thank you. I'm doing alright. A little flurg, but let's just laugh. Where are we going? Back over there. Okay, sure. Now I'm gonna do this really quick. You can see the forest really quick. You only get like a few seconds. Okay, it's gone. Listen, we need a smart Jedi like.
All better.
Anyways, how many Jedi think hate the Jedi Order, but hide it because they're afraid of being kicked out of the streets? Probably at least a few. It would not surprise me if there were several. That being said, we don't see much evidence of that, so... I know, they'd be hiding it. But my point is, I imagine that those few that do are not in large as numbers they otherwise would be, because, you know, programming. I have heard of FEAR, Triaxia. Would I support the idea of public domain for games? Meaning people can mod and do whatever, and... Yes. That's the summary answer to that question, is yes. After all, I am in favor of abandonware, which is not actually a real concept in the strictest sense of the word. It is a hypothetical concept. I guess we're killing stuff here. Okay, cool. Death to things. Listen, you have to treat, you know, someone who is a Sith like they're scum. That way they'll have a reason to try and redeem themselves. Ah, don't worry about it. Did I write that down? I did not write that down. Ugh, stuff and things. My least favorite concepts. Yeah, even just the ground textures are higher quality. Probably literally higher resolution. That's something we'll see when we go through WoW as well. The vanilla, by which I mean BC stuff, honestly looks blurry to me nowadays. By the time we get to Pandaria, crisp and clean. No caffeine. Hexia asks, how do I deal with the glitch of the collapsing bridge in Binary Domain? I don't remember. I don't even remember that glitch off the top of my head. How many I already answered them. But yeah, when I was doing the Lorecraft videos, I was trying to get, good shots because, camera work. And there's several cases where, like, a shot like this is something I couldn't do because the ground was just too blurry and it looked awful. Yes, Narset. Bye. Did that not count? Yes, Dr. Winter. And it will always be an imp. Forever! I mean, even just the difference in the skyboxes is gargantuan. Look at the sky in, I don't know, any of the Blood Elf starter zones. Any of the 3 of them. And then look at the sky in Warlords. Again, any Warlord zone. STO went through that same thing, although in their case, it was almost entirely the skyboxes, but still. Well, somebody who won't be named, J. Palmer, insisted that I review each expansion individually. So we've decided to part and parcel the pluses of our expansion, rather than bother to go through the, frankly, rather lengthy amount of paperwork that would be involved in actually adding a separate section of the document for each expansion, or just color-coding them. I mean, true, Magister. But you have to be compared against the best in a review environment. Are you guys coming? I got a dude! I got a dude! Look! Let's dude it up!
Darthmar and I both sense a growing presence. We're almost certain it's due to your activities.
That's actually amusing, Dr. Winter. What do you call yourselves? We're the Rack Ghouls. I have played WoW at every point in history it's had.
They're ruining everything. I see it. We see. But they don't see. They don't even have eyes. We're all that's left. We have to flush the others from this place. Only then can we wake the starving Emperor and grant him sustenance.
Identify yourselves.
Lord Roth. It's Lord Roth. I'm Commandant Yavin. We're the true Imperial Guard. We're here to serve the Emperor.
You serve me now.
No, Roth. Only the Emperor's will. The Emperor's needs. We must cleanse the Temple of the Revenites. We have to prepare the Emperor's feast. And you don't have to do anything, Roth. Just let us sacrifice you in his name. Food for the Emperor.
Okay. Die in a fire.
Let the end begin!
I was gonna say, whoever was dying here, they're turning into food for Vitiate, so... Imagine if they haven't said his name yet in this game, have they?
The Emperor must feed the Emperor.
They were Imperial guards after all.
Yes. The support team says their commandant's a raving madman. We'll want to question him. Insane or not, he'll be of use to us.
Plus, we don't want to kill him.
Closer.
What? God damn it, I'm going insane too. I don't like going insane. I do like Pillars' armor. I think I've already commented on it. Wait, hang on. Is that a different set? Nope. Still cool. But yes, Jay Palmer, I have played WoW for anything you could mention from WoW's history, with the sole exception of the last 2 years. So yeah, I was there for Zul'Gurub. It's fine, Elricor, it's fine. Don't worry about it, don't worry about it.
He will be fed. He will be fed.
Silence. He's raving mad, but he still has information we need to breach the temple and prevent the Emperor's return.
I would like to interview him personally. Someone in his state must be handled delicately.
Time is of the essence. A more hands-on approach is required.
No, no.
Whether or not he's insane, Ivan finds dignity in serving the Emperor. If he's going to talk, he'll need to feel respected.
Given your unique perspective, I will defer to you, Wrath.
Bring the man to my chambers.
Mar is over a head taller than Satil. Did you notice that?
What's the word?
The word? How about unsettling?
According to Ivan, there's a device inside the temple they'd hoped to use to bring the Emperor back. It's a weapon designed to eradicate all living things on the moon, save for those safely inside the temple.
Oh, I should like to see that. Just imagine.
D4, button it.
The device appears to be Sith in origin. That's how the Emperor knew about it, why he chose to retreat to Yavin 4.
Ivan's team was going to activate the device, use the loss of life to restore the Emperor.
Yes, and now Revan plans to use it for the same purpose. If we can't stop him, we're all dead.
Not more than revenge now. This is about survival.
Then let's get moving.
Ivan clued us in on a series of complex locks that will get us access to the temple. They're our next objective.
Theron, Jakaro, would you mind? We won't be a moment.
Oh, sure. Don't ask C2D4.
Shut up, droid.
Our lives have been on the line before, but this is different somehow. It feels more immediate, more final. So get that temple opened up and do whatever you have to do to end this.
I've never seen you like this before.
That's because I have more to fight for now. I'll be here. May the Force serve you well.
As all tools do.
All better.
Evil laughter. For I am secretly evil. Aliens do not exist, no. but they do serve me, as all life does. Mwahahaha. Yeah, I was talking to X-Raccoon just the other day at Malachart. He was just like, hey, join the dark side. And I was like, no. Please. No. Be your best friend. No. We have not reached any temple choice yet, no. I'm just picturing X-Raccoon doing the, like, puppy dog eyes. Please. Please join the dark side.
Nobody better mess with us now.
I worked really hard to make the dark side for you. Just for you. I thought it would make you happy. No, what X-Raccoon would actually do is he would walk up and go... That would be X-Raccoon. Forced puppy dog eyes. Time for the rewrite. I put caramel macadamia nut cookies on there. Please.
From all accounts, the Massassi warriors here are the most savage of all. Be wary.
Yeah, we're not messing with those. Hey, cheers. Yeah, Sith Yetis. Yeah, he gets out like a tray of Rice Krispie squares. It's like, look, I got these.
All better.
It reminds me of a scene in Monsters University where the future villain shows up with a tray of cupcakes. They all make fun of him for it, which is stupid because we all know that if some kid showed up with freaking cupcakes, everyone will be like, dude, cupcakes, cupcakes.
Your arrival has been foreseen. You must press on.
God damn it, dude. Look, I'm trying not to go insane, okay? I've already played the agent storyline. And Inquisitor, while we're on the subject. Oh god. That's it. That's the ultimate headcanon. The Inquisitor... No, the Knight, excuse me. None of all the ridiculous, terrible writing actually happened. It was all in the Knight's head.
You're good to go.
None of those match, though. Okay, In canon, Lataria? Absolutely. In headcanon? No. I know, it's so relaxing not having to do the side quest crazy arc. I'm not even joking. Like, that sounds like some kind of meme or whatever, but no, honestly, that is such a quality of life improvement for me, not having to do those.
You're close. I feel it. Hurry.
Okay. So, one of the first things I learned about this expansion, one of the 3 things I keep talking about that I knew about from the, from the expansions in general, is the thing I believe we're about to find out. It was the first thing I learned about this. Hell of a thing to sell me on the expansions. In fact, I have a story to tell you about that. Don't worry, it'll be short. Hey, Yada. No, that's the second thing, J. Palmer. And I've already told you the third thing. The third thing was that we lose our companions temporarily. Oh, and then we're locked out to previous content.
It's time. You've finally arrived.
Hi, Revan.
Revan? But you're alive, leading the Revanites.
The brooding monster inside those temple walls. He is not Revan. He is an abomination. His obsession, his arrogance, this angry crusade, it's all blinded him to the truth. The many lives he'll sacrifice to revive the Emperor will be nothing compared to what would follow. It's within your power to stop the abomination, but you won't be able to do it alone. May the Force be with you.
So, the first thing I heard about the expansions was that there was a split between a good Revan and an evil Revan. It sounded really stupid.
The Jedi and I, we both felt it, a ripple in the Force. You had a visitor, a manifestation.
It was Revan, but not the Revan we've been after this whole time.
We both suspected that may be the case. It doesn't matter who's inside that temple. What's important is that we end his plan.
Revan wants me to succeed, but claims I can't do it on my own.
All told, the Revanites may be the fiercest adversaries we've ever faced, and this temporary alliance with the Republic is unstable at best. We must gather our forces. We must endure. The fate of not only the Empire, but the galaxy itself depends on it.
So I told you I'd tell you a small story. So, I was debating coming back to Tor. Now, I was really burnt out on Tor after slogging through vanilla. I've told you that before. But after some time had passed, and I actually started streaming regularly, the idea was floated about going through the expansions. Remember, I've never played the expansions, and I was like, well, I'm well-versed in MMOs. I know that MMOs tend to get better as expansions go on. Not always, but usually. So maybe it'd be worth going. So I asked a friend of mine who I could just ping, and be like, hey, and he could give me a non-spoiler response. He's like, look, I'm going to tell you one thing about the, at the time, only expansion. I was like, yeah, what's that? They split Revan into good Revan and evil Revan. Oh. So I never played the expansions. Hang on, there's actually a second part to that story, but that'll wait. I can gather a large strike team of elite heroes from within your faction to storm the temple. Oh! I can do the raid, or I can do the solo. Well, we don't have a raid group, so solo it is. I know which raid that is. That's the one I was mentioning just a minute ago. Oh, Jesus. I have to do 6 quests now? Oh, God. I do. Kill me. Kill me! Wait, no, never mind. I just have to kill 6 people. That's very strange. Or are we doing dailies? Man, that's just confusing. Oh, whatever. Well, anyways. I will admit this has been better than not. But I still think the Revan thing is stupid. Speaking of which, thank you, Dusty Drunk. Oh my god. Blah, 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 blah. Dusty Drongo, thank you very much for the sub. I have already jotted that down for Age of Mythology. Thank you. Sure.
I don't like this at all.
Start blindly accepting quests. Ah.
They're dead, all right. But we didn't kill them. Masashi warriors jumped them. Us too. I'm all that's left.
So, okay. Good to know.
Oh, I'm sorry. Apparently I wasn't clear. My friend, who has a brain, asked me, are you okay with me spoiling something for you? I gave them permission. Then he told me about the Revan split thing. Let me be a little more clear about that. If he just spoiled that out of nowhere, that would have been a hell of a dick move. Like, maybe not friendship ending, but definitely friendship redefining. Like, that wouldn't be cool. Make sure that's here. That is not here.
Hey.
That is now here. What's really sad, 2 people in chat have already pointed out 2 completely different things they could have done to make this entire story arc make much more sense without needing to revert to good Revan and evil Revan. You know? Like, there's a lot of ways I could have gone with that instead of... So, so you've seen Star Trek, right? Yeah, make it someone who's pretending to be Revan. That's an easy choice. Or, well, there's some other things that I actually wouldn't like, but, you know, whatever.
Nobody better mess with us now.
Yeah, I'm not sure what I think about this. I'm trying to think of other examples where a game flat out says, go do some dailies to progress the story. I feel like that's happened, but I'm actually struggling to come up with an example off the top of my head. Main story, I should clarify. Because most MMOs lock story behind dailies. But, you know, usually it's its own story, right? Like, it's that reputation chain's story. Oh god, yeah, the mandatory patrols in the Delta Alliance. That's a good example of that. I hated that. Yeah, but pretty much every WoW expansion has done that, Elricor. Like, honestly, since vanilla, really, but especially since Kata. I was thinking Suramar. I don't know. Download data from a guard. An hour? Oh my god, I hope this doesn't take us an hour. Oh, speaking of which, I should actually open up Discord in case Lore Reloaded pops on. He might not. He might just say, nah, I'm good. And then he'll stab me. As he always does. Suramar? Suramar, when we review WoW, will be many pluses to story. Like, many, 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 many pluses to story. So many pluses to story that I can't even estimate it right now. It's legitimately one of the best story arcs in the entire game. It will almost assuredly also be a negative to gameplay. Or 2, or 3, or 5, or 8. No, not for the disguise mechanic. That's awesome. No, it's for the rep gating. The fact that Suramar is locked behind rep gating is terrible. But even that is something I could accept as being merely bad, if not for the fact that gaining rep for Suramar is just an arduous chore. As all rep grinds are in Legion. Like, you remember 5.1? No, of course you don't. Back in Pandaria, there was a series of quest chains, which were actually different on the Horde and the Alliance, but they actually dovetailed into each other. They were two halves of the same story. They were awesome. Like, really, really awesome story. But they were rep-gated. But hang on. They did something right about it. The rep you gained just from doing those quests and, like, a single round of dailies was almost always enough to progress. In short, the specifics of how they designed the rep gate worked. By contrast, in Suramar, rep gating took forever and was arduous and irritating to gain rep. So, not so good. That's a good question, Latario. I haven't really decided yet. I don't think I'm going to decide until we get there. No, yeah, exactly. It wasn't badly designed, Brakeman. That's pretty much exactly my point. Frankly, most of the reps in Pandaria were well designed in terms of what activities you could do and how fast you got those reps. Go frickin' figure, as they say. Oh, don't even get me started about Noxeramus' attunement. Do not even. Attunement quests in general would absolutely be negatives. Not because the concept of attunement is necessarily terrible. After all, FF14 does that. But because the specifics of the attunement quests were awful. Just the worst. Like, the Onyxia attune by itself is just what? But then you get to the Blackwing Lair attune, and that's when you start to get into total nonsense land. And you know my favorite part? Whoa, my god. Okay. Let me take a picture of Kano there. Picture of... I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, God. So the way it worked was you'd have, like... Yeah, as I say, it looks like it's... Oh, no, it looks like I can hit it. You needed to... I don't remember the whole chain. You needed to do BRD to access Onyxia. You needed to do Lobris to access Ubris, and you needed to do Onyxia, BRD, Lobris, and Ubris to access Blackwing Lair. I feel like I'm actually missing a few steps there, and that's because I am. But you get the overall point. So there was just this huge chain of crap you had to do. Now, that's already irritating, but hang on, it gets worse. Because what you'd have is you'd be trying to organize a group, and it's like, okay, who has what? Who has which attunements? And, like, they would be queued for BWable, but they wouldn't, and they'd be at this step, and they'd be at this step. So you'd have to organize it. You'd have someone, like me, this is my job, by the way, back in Vanilla, you'd have to have someone who would organize it and say, okay, we're going to work from the bottom, we're going to get the lower tier attunements done first, then we're going to work up, and then we're going to work up, and then we're going to work up, until everyone is all at the same attunement chain, so we can all work our way up to the actual attunement we care about, Blackwing Lair. I hated it. And you're probably thinking, why, Laura? You only have to do that like 9 times, because there's only 10 party members in a raid in Vanilla, right? Oh, God. Oh, God. It was so horrible. And the worst part is if you think we had to do that 40 times, then you're high. Because not all raid groups were not 40 people. They were usually closer to 70 or 80 people. And then we'd have rotating slots. So you'd have to have an enormous quantity of people doing that. Doing those chains to get everyone attuned. Sometimes people want to bring alts. Sometimes they need to bring alts because you're missing a certain person. That's why that was my job in the guild, was managing the attunements. Because we needed someone who would manage that crap just so we could make sure everyone would be available to go for the raid when we need 40 people on to do it, who are attuned. Oh, God, it was so bad. Oh, respawn. Yay, quick respawns. Yay. DKP is one of those ideas. We gotta come up with a term for this. It's something that sounds like a good idea, and then you actually analyze it, and you realize it's a terrible idea that makes everything worse. I know that sounds like a strangely specific thing, but actually it's really common in life to come up with something that looks, oh yeah, that's a good idea. No, it's a terrible idea. Whoops. Alcove camp? Alright. Sure, we'll do that. Oh, don't even get me started. Don't even get me started. No, I know, Crazy Nurse, I know. You know what one of my jobs was in late Vanilla? When we started doing the higher end raids? Managing resistance gear. I had to know, I still know, to this freaking day, where you can get most of the, it wasn't called acid, but it was acid resistance and cold resistance gear that you would need. I think it's nature. Nature resistance and frost resistance.
Don't know how you found us, but back at base, drinks are on me.
I'm not even going to talk about fire resistance gear. I don't even want to think about that nonsense. Oh my God. I do remember how buggy Cthulhu was.
You saved my life. We were dead. And you... Thank you.
One of the things that people keep track of in World of Warcraft still, actually... Do I need to kill these? Nope, that's a bonus. Is, Just the guy? This guy. Is how long it takes, usually in days, sometimes in hours, for a boss to be released and then defeated. It's basically kind of a measuring stick of the relative difficulty and complexity of each boss in the game, right? Now, I've been following that for a while, but did you know that Cthulhu is still, to this very day, one of the highest ones on that list? Or the highest. I'm actually not sure if it's actually been surpassed at this point. But it's got an asterisk next to it. It's like... The reason it has that asterisk is because it wasn't because it was that hard of a fight. It's because it was frickin' bugged. So it doesn't really count. I actually thought Mauru was at the top, but I haven't looked at the list in a while, to be completely honest with you. It wouldn't surprise me if the jailer passed it, because I was kind of following that one, and that was a long run. I can probably look it up right now. Give me a second. No, no, no. Being yanked. Damn it. I don't remember what the list was called, that's why I don't know what to look for. Ah, well. Oh, whatever. Die, monster! Whatever, I give up, I give up. That's a good question, Nameless Baron. I'm not sure. Really, I'm not. Someone asked a question for this one. Actually, Count Zero mentions Hydroxian, or Baron Hydroxus rep for Molten Core. That... God, you want to talk about an artificial time gate to prevent people from getting to Ragnaros. It's honestly probably one of the worst ones in WoW history. Let's see. Relics. I still need relics. Still need relics. Obviously, Tor has been doing well. It has been making money. I don't know how well each of its expansions have been doing financially. I know I've heard a lot of mixed things about Kotfi. I know Eternal Empire was relatively well received. I know that nothing about Onslaught, and I know that the most recent expansion has not been well received, and that's about all I got on that. Just heal up for a second here. Check the question queue. In a minute. What I saw... Oh, there it is. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Except Malicor's probably not there again. The last time I wanted to ask him something, he wasn't there either. Oh man, yuck. Oh, Malicor's there. Would you, for the sake of your insisting on counting each expansion differently, would you count Kotfi and Kotet as different expansions? There it is. I knew I saw another one over there. Me. Okay, that's done. I think that's all of them. Nope, I still need to kill Stone Rays, wherever those are. Oh, decide, Malachor. It's all on you. All on you. All eyes. Everyone start burying Malachor in donuts until he answers. Stone Rays are over there. No, they're not. Those are Masasi. Where the hell are Stone Rays? They're behind me. Alright, fine. We'll flip for it. Well, coin says head, so what's your pick? These are. Okay. We'll count it as part of Kotfi. apparently, Cthulhu is number 3, although, again, there's that asterisk. Told you it'd be there. Alright, where do we turn all this crap in? No, J. Palmer. These are tasks. Let's call these what they are. No, that's sufficient, Mega Skullmon Spockmon. That is pretty much the list I was looking for. Ragnaros being at the top should probably get its own asterisk, because I'm pretty sure the only reason it's at the top is because of the Hydraxian Waterlords rep. I didn't get them, Brag, when they were shared with me. That's why I'm like, ugh. Honestly, yes, Crazy Horse. Yeah, Gruul being that high. Gruul's not on the list. I thought Gruul was pretty high. Oh well. Kel'Thuzad's pretty high, as he should be. Yel'Thas should be that high. Let's see, where we're going. Here. So I think Maul and Savage, hate that name, would make it far here on Yavin 4.
Wildlife is under control for now. We'll have room to maneuver.
Right. Yes, sir.
No. I imagine most people wouldn't make it far here. Archimonde is, to be completely blunt, not actually that well designed of a fight. I talked about that just yesterday. Archimonde was a neat idea, but badly executed. And it showed. I don't mind a fight where one person screwing up can screw over the whole raid. That's a specific type of coordination check. But honestly, the Archimonde fight was a little bit too... Like, how many fights can you think of where just a little bit of latency can be the difference between succeeding or wiping? Sorry, the old Archimonde fight. The new Archimonde fight is legit. I love the Warlord's Archimonde fight. It's one of my favorite fights in the whole game. It's one of the only fights I like from that particular raid. Oh no! I can see the Plague Dance, which is a shame, because I actually rather like the Plague Dance. One of my personal favorite Noxoramus fights. What, they beat Hakar the first day he came out or something? Also, yeah, I thought, I noticed your list didn't have a lot of modern raids, Mega Skullmon Spockmon. I thought that Black Hand was up in the top 5. Because I remember that race, and people were on him for a while. He's number 10? Okay. Damn. That's an interesting question. I wonder if you were to take that list and just kind of remove all the BC and vanilla raids for not being that good. What the top, like, 5 would be. No. The least frustrating. We actually talked about that yesterday, Crazy, so I've got my answers already ready to go for you. The attunement sucked, and some of the other issues sucked, but let's be clear, Noxoramus was definitely the best raid in vanilla. Bar none. Looks like that's where I'm going, up there. As far as individual fights, I would probably give it to the 4 Horsemen. Again, I do like the Plague Dance. Hagen the Unclean, I think that was. But I would also say that the... So, and then BC, my favorite raid in BC, it's actually really tough, because there's so many good raids in BC, but I ended up giving it to Zulamon, because Zulamon is just awesome. Very tightly designed. Probably one of the earliest truly good raids in WoW. Like, I know that sounds harsh, but what I mean by that is you could tell the design philosophy that they would then perfect in Wrath started in Suleiman. Because that was a BC patch raid, and it showed. Is it up here? Where are you sending me, game? I don't know where to turn any of these in. I don't know where to turn any of this crap in, and my map is actually lying to me. Ah, I hate this map so goddamn much. Okay, there. We're going all the way back to here. Got it. Hakar? I remember being stuck on Hakar personally for a while. A few weeks at least.
You were right. The Revenites were
You are too kind to my humble self. We forget sometimes that unity, not obedience, is the true strength of our empire.
That's not... Okay, sure. I was, Mr. Red.
If you're going to secure a beachhead, now's the time.
Understood. I'll call it in.
Your scouts
Maybe
were captured by
more action than
Masashi.
fangs and claws
I freed the
after all.
survivors. Their commander left a message.
Sergeant Chung dead. Blasted. I'll put her in for a commendation along with her men.
So what's really funny is I was actually raiding Zul'Gurub, which meant that I was actually more confused when I suddenly hearthed to Ironforge.
You wanted these relics preserved. Consider it done.
Thank you. I was the only one of my unit cleared to operate here. I was afraid the Republic would see our history purged.
Hearthed to Ironforge, hit the auction house, and saw the blood plague bouncing between people in the auction house and skeletons, stutter, just absolutely everywhere. I'm going to leave group temporarily. I cannot read my map at all right now. I am having trouble telling where anything is. Okay, sure. We'll do that.
This is the Imperial Guard's training data.
Damn it.
It should help both sides.
I won't tell my superiors if you won't. Like it or not, we're in this together.
This, oh god, this map clutter is awful and terrible, and I hate it. I've already given it negatives. Plural.
Finally, there can be trust between us, and not a moment too soon. As we speak, our forces are working with the Republic to end the Revanite threat and take the temple.
A New Hope reference.
In spite of our obvious differences, and the fact we're at war, you were able to inspire a sort of cooperation I never imagined possible.
Good thing we'll be going right back to war right after this, right?
Credit where it's due. You succeeded where Darth Mar and I failed.
But we aren't finished yet. There is one element even our combined militaries will be unable to stop.
Revan.
Given his failure, he'll try to escape, to regroup. That cannot be allowed to happen.
Consider it taken care of.
You're good to go.
Oh, that makes substantially more sense than Mega Skullman Stockman. His heroic Ragnaros was insanity. Oh my god. Doncro says, if you gave me a list of positives and negatives, could I calculate a golden score? I would need all the information. I would need all positives, all negatives, how long you spent in the game, and I guess that's actually it. But hypothetically, yes, I could figure it out based on those figures. I'm not going to, but I could. Favorite non-hyper beam moment? I don't think that exists. I'm gonna go with no. Any great dungeons with bad bosses? Bad dungeons with great bosses. Great dungeon with bad boss. I don't remember the name of it, but it's the Oculus. It's the second of the Nexus dungeons in Wrath. That dungeon's actually a really good, fun, interesting, and engaging dungeon whose bosses are boring and terrible. Hello, Revan. One of those should probably be blue. I'm just saying. No? No? Okay.
It's over.
You've been at my heels far too long. I knew the Rishi plan was a long shot, but I had to try. Had to make it legitimate. I needed to lure you in. You were supposed to stay busy on Rishi long enough for me to finish here, but no! You couldn't do that, could you?
This has all been one big deception, hasn't it? You aren't even the man you claim to be.
You don't know what you're talking about.
I spent 300 years in lockstep with the Emperor's mind. I know what he's become, what he wants. The Emperor must be destroyed completely, or he will return and consume every last living thing.
Yeah.
There's no cost too great. If I have to snuff out every life on this world by hand to draw the Emperor out, then so be it!
Whatever the Emperor's done or may wish to do, it's my place to handle it, not yours.
You're so naive, Wrath. You don't even begin to comprehend what I've become. I was a Dark Lord of the Sith. I was the prodigal knight. I was powerful, but I was also weak. Not anymore. Now I'm pure, unburdened. I can finally have revenge on my jailer and save the galaxy doing it. I have the power, and you have nothing!
Hi, Mar.
You are wrong, Revan. She has powerful allies.
Both Sith and Jedi.
Allies from all corners of the galaxy.
Well, hi, Torch.
Shay, Vizsla?
Heard the fight to end all fights was going down. What sorry kind of Mando would I be if I missed out?
You were saying?
I don't care how many of you there are. I won't be denied my destiny. I am Revan!
This will be the end of you! This is my destiny.
Oh, good scrap!
Actually, there's a joke hidden in this song choice.
I must have my revenge.
If you're paying attention. I like this pseudo raid. Really. I do. This is neat.
I have come too far.
This is the Pixel Remaster version of this song.
Make him bleed.
Which is a weaker and more inferior version of the original in every way. Think about it.
I must have my revenge.
So much power!
Yeah, no, I thought about this a bit ago. Didn't think so. I'll give them this. That's actually relatively intuitive. It only took me a couple seconds to pick up on what was going on. Come on, I already had the damn thing.
Fall! He is strong with the Force. I must have my revenge.
The Force is my servant.
I mean, honestly, that's just the MMO space talking right there, Damashi.
This is my destiny.
Hell, shut up, Zactep. Jeez, no need to be so harsh.
Have some more! I must have my revenge.
Yeah, exactly, Omega Cow. This is a problem in pretty much every MMO that has, you know, dungeons, dungeon bosses, and raid bosses. At a certain point, you just have to kind of accept that, you know, oh yeah, no, they're totally strong enough to take on 30 people at the same time. Wink. Yeah, I figured it would be too long for just one thing. It's okay, I got another song ready to go for it. Sometimes it makes sense. I actually talk about this during the World of Warcraft series. Sometimes we fight someone, and no, they really are just that powerful. Sometimes it's like, yeah,
You break.
your guess is as good as mine, Lothario. I mean, this Revan has 2.5 million health, so...
He is strong with the Force.
Yeah, like the old gods, or Lei Shen, or most of the Keepers.
You cannot deny me. He is strong with the Force.
He's not that tall here. I mean, he is tall, taller than he should be. He's like 7, 8 foot tall, but still.
I must have my revenge.
Damn you, Arcano. Damn you for not helping. I shake my fist at you.
I have come too far.
Yeah, it's a little audio spammy, I'm not gonna lie.
You are sealing the galaxy's fate. It can't be.
Okay, so he's dead. As it should be. Like you do.
In defeating me, you let the real enemy linger on. You doom the galaxy!
Say what you will about the Emperor. You're the one presenting a threat right now.
She's right, you know.
No, not you.
You've been so blinded by your unchecked rage, your thirst for vengeance, that you could not see the truth. Now that your power has subsided, I may finally confront you. I only hope you will listen.
You're both Revan.
Yes, though neither of us is truly Revan. When I died, I had come to terms. I was ready to become one with the Force. But I soon realized that was only what part of me wanted.
I cast you out! It was the only way to go on, to remain and finish what we started. You were holding me back.
You think you're stronger this way, but you're not. Neither of us is. We're broken. We can't go on like this.
I won't stop. Not until I conjure the Emperor. I have to face him.
As I say,
You wanted my return. You did not need to destroy whole fleets or turn a living world barren for that. You only had to point the Empire and Republic to a shared adversary and let them do what they do naturally. Make war. The scores of dead have nourished me. I am awakened, and I bring with me death.
hello, Darren DePaul. I wish you had a better character to voice.
You are still special to me. That is why I will kill you last.
Well, apparently it's not Darren DePaul yet. Whatever. Why not?
The Emperor was not as strong as he might have been had Revan succeeded. But he was strong enough.
No! He was supposed to face me.
You're too weak. You won't last.
If we unite, what I am, won't it fade? Become diminished?
Lord Wrath, you have endured betrayal upon betrayal. You find value in restraint, in virtue. Look at how well your way has served you. You make a fine example.
I don't know if I'm ready.
You have to be. We have to.
You are once again complete.
It's more than that. For the first time in a long time, I'm myself. Thank you for all you've done, and for all you've shown me. Dark days lie ahead. The darkest days. If my error can't be undone, everyone will pay the price. Brace for the worst.
Well, that was a thing.
All better.
So, I ask of you in the crowd, how many negatives do we give Revan for story? Keep in mind, he's getting one just for surviving, period. That's separate. Fake out deaths are almost always a negative.
All better.
Let me join my own thing here. That was strange. The boss fight's getting a plus. That was actually a pretty good boss fight. But that's gameplay.
So I guess this is goodbye.
I suppose so. It's been an experience, Theron. Be well to yourself.
Yeah, you too, Lana. Try not to get into too much trouble, alright? That looks like you're finally getting rid of me. How's it feel?
I have to admit I'm going to miss you, Theron.
Same here. Guess if we ever meet again, it won't be friendly. Well, seems weird to wish you good luck, so, see you, Wrath. Don't let the Emperor get you down.
And then brings up a good point.
And then there were two. It's a wonder we're even here, considering all we've had to endure. When I was advisor to Darth Arcus, I would never have imagined any of this.
That was before you met me. It turns out we make a good team.
Yes, we've managed very well together up to now. Even turned some heads, it appears. Darth Mar has taken notice of my accomplishments. It would seem he has plans for my future. What those plans look like, I can't say. What's clear is I'll need to re-establish order in my life. That means doing away with any intricate entanglements.
Come on. That's overkill.
Please don't make this any more difficult than it already is. You've been close to me like no other. Whatever may come to pass between us, don't ever forget that.
If this is our last moment, let's make it one to remember.
Okay, this time I did it on purpose, at least. Ominous music on purpose.
Next time you got a fight that juicy, you know how to reach me.
Good luck, you two.
Going somewhere.
We're headed back to Rishi.
Jakaro? I thought you hated that place.
Jakaro wishes to whip those sorry Raiders Cove pirates into shape. He sees a real opportunity there.
You'll have your work cut out for you.
Oops.
As invaluable as you've been helping us, I'm not too worried.
Jakaro thanks you for your kind words.
You have to stop by Kashyyyk first.
What? Oh, you know I hate it there. That's why we're going, isn't it? Just to torture me.
Shut up, droid.
Darth Mar, you wanted a word?
We suffered many casualties upon the Emperor's return, though nothing insurmountable. Nothing compared to what we would have endured had the River Knights been successful. You are to be commended, of course, but it was Lana Beniko's guile and intellect that made your participation at all possible. That is why I have placed Lana in charge of Sith intelligence.
I like how one of those options is a brilliant move. And one of those options is lie. A brilliant move.
I can't think of a better choice.
Thank you, my lord.
That will be all for now. The Empire grows ever stronger. The mining of Isotope 5 has bolstered our energy independence, and we're free from concern over the threat of Revan and his followers.
That's only part of the story.
Yes, our momentary truce is over. We remain at war with an emboldened republic, and we still have countless enemies, both seen and unseen. I won't pretend to know how the Emperor's transformation has affected you. Enlighten me.
When the time comes, I will confront the Emperor, and he will answer to me.
Bold, unflinching. Good. You are of singular importance to our future. The Emperor may have abandoned you, but in my eyes, you are ever the Empire's wrath. The Empire is whole once more. It grows and strengthens. Our obstacles are severe, but they are known to us. The galaxy is ours to grasp. Let us reach!
I like Empire's Wrath better than Emperor's Wrath anyways, so... that works for me. What? Now, what's funny, several people are like, are you going to start the next expansion? I don't even have a next expansion listed on my list. The next planet I have is listed as part of this expansion. So I suppose the answer is yes? What's Troy Baker's character's name? Theron, thank you. Ziost. Sounds right. Now you're just confusing me, Malachor. I'm just gonna stand here. Until you clarify a little bit. Okay. Ziost. There we are, flying through space like you do. Do we just chill in space periodically?
No, I don't care. Revoke their access, all of them, now.
Lana, what's going on? Where are you?
Lord Wrath, it's time. You must confront him. Our former Emperor, Vishad, he's... I don't care what they tell you.
Oh, hey, they said his name. For the first time.
He's here. Vishad's presence. Here on Ziost. He's taking over this outpost, controlling soldiers and Sith, using them to murder anyone he can.
Hold them off, I'm on my way.
Good, thank you. I'm sending coordinates. We'll hold this bunker as long as we can, but you must hurry or...
Lana, can you read me? Lana? Ziost.
Vitiate is a real word, which is pronounced vitiate, which is why I've been saying that, but I do believe that is the first time they've said it in the game. Vitiate. The first time I've heard them say it, so whatever that counts for. Oh, sweet! Mass mind control. I can't wait to kill everybody. This one there. Well, welcome to Ziost, I suppose. Are we still fighting the Republic for no good reason? Just asking for a friend. Imperial military has turned on the civilian populace. Imperial military outposts may yield more information. Sweet! That's even better. Let's fight everyone. Yay! Let's fight ourselves. Let's fight the Republic. Let's fight the Hutts. There's nothing I like more than being Mongols. The more I think about it, the more it really fits the Sith Empire. Let's fight the Rakghouls. Let's fight the donuts. I want all of those donuts on fire. Or I swear I'll kill my own people too.
You're saying they killed your entire class? Our own people?
Thought it was an initiation thing. You know, to scare us. But then they raised their rifles all at once, and then we were meant to graduate tomorrow.
Done that a day early, I suppose.
Lots of possessed Imperials. Thanks, Vitiate. Never, Lotario. Hang on. Have you ever watched Sopranos? No. What was my first reaction to Jason falling to the dark side and becoming Darth Idiot? And those are the only questions I got from you. Oh, gosh. Come on. Yeah, we're kind of... Hang on. Let me get my ally that I absolutely require at this point of the game.
Nobody better mess with us now.
Wait, no, don't. No, don't. There we go. Take two.
All better.
I mean, I know, right? Hear a white noise. How many people are like, for the Emperor? And Mars like, nah, he's dumb. He's trying to kill everybody. But, it is our pleasure, our duty to be food and fuel for the Emperor. No, you're dumb. I didn't see one about Superman? Oh, never mind, I see it. Well, too late now for the Emperor. The wrong music. For the Emperor, this music is wrong. Music is also wrong. This music's too exciting.
I can feel your presence, Vitiate.
Hello, my wrath. I foresaw your arrival, but I didn't quite believe it.
I promised on the Yavin moon that I would devour you last, and yet here you are, so impatient.
When you've lived as long as I have, patience comes far more easily. But that's neither here nor there. I must say, I'm glad you're here. You'll bear witness to a world's end if you survive long enough.
Oh wait, let me get Vitiate's theme song going.
He's gone.
Oh, he's gone.
I can...
Damn it.
I can finally...
More of you already? I suppose I should be flattered.
Interesting color. Interesting cloak. Lana? Lana, is there something you need to tell me? There we go.
So you've arrived. Good. There's much to be done.
Always nice to see a friendly face. I've missed you.
I'm trying to avert a mass catastrophe while keeping the most powerful mind in the galaxy out of my head. I can't think about that. The Jedi you fought belong to the 6th Line. SIS commandos who follow their own addendum to the Jedi Code, hence the name.
There is no contemplation. There is only duty. A great point of view, so long as they're working for you. Pardon the interruption. I sent a probe droid to look into that crash shuttle, Minister Benico. It's empty.
This is Agent Rain Kovac. He's been something of a rising star in Sith intelligence here on Ziost.
I've not heard much of anything about the new organization. I'd like to know how things are coming along.
Nothing we've done will matter if we don't address what's happening now. As you've witnessed, Vitiate is taking hold of an increasing number of soldiers and Sith. His goal continues to be the accumulation of power. Agent.
The dark side is strong on Ziost.
Using the outpost's resources, our former Emperor can massacre the defenseless to fuel him. The more powerful he becomes, the more people he can control. He will keep on killing until nothing's left.
Yes, I'm on my way. I'm needed everywhere all at once. I've already lingered too long. Agent Kovac has a plan to help stem the bloodshed.
It's an honor, my lord. Here's what I have in mind. The outpost armory is wide open right now. It's where the possessed have been getting their firepower. It needs to be placed on lockdown.
Fine. We've stood around long enough.
I'll go out ahead. Be your eyes and ears.
Either that or the total opposite, Crazy Horse. It makes them so unstable they're harder to control long term. Easy to control short term, harder to control long term. Alright, let's do it. Let's answer the Batman question. Oh, sorry, you actually asked a Batman and a Superman question. Damn it, so many questions. Alright. If a post-crisis soups were real, how do you think the world would respond? Okay, so first of all, there would absolutely be religions starting up around him. No question. Like, bar none. Second of all, a huge number of people would be like, no, we've got to kill you at any cost. And they would fail, and they would escalate, and it would go badly. I mean, if you're paying attention, Vitiate is basically your typical, yes, undead plague, really. The more he kills, the stronger he gets, allowing him to kill more, which makes him stronger, so forth and so on. So, yeah. It's a little different than your typical undead plague, because usually they do that by numbers. In his case, he's just feeding off the energy directly, but it's the same concept. Anyways, so the other question you had was, remember you talked about depowering Batman. How would you go about depowering him? Make him not win all the time, no really? Or just take the DCAU Batman and copy-paste that, and we're kind of good.
You sure cleared a path out there. That's good. But it's bad, too. Each time a pawn's killed, Vitiate gets a little bit stronger. Not as much as when they kill, but well, that's what Minister Benico says anyway.
So, we have to stop them without killing them.
Or we destroy Vitiate. Not that anyone seems to know how to do that.
I don't think Vitiate would work as a CNC villain, personally. Oh, definitely movie, Trihexia.
Agent? Company?
Almost there. Master Soro, the 6th Line Commander.
I like this one. Strong-willed. Not that it will save her, or anyone on this world.
You would destroy the galaxy, and the Empire along with it. I won't let that happen.
You will never have the power to destroy me. But you believe you could. It offends me. When this world turns to red, and you choke on torrents of blood, remember that this was your chance to flee. A chance I gave!
There is no contemplation. There is only duty.
We're wasting time here. The armory's safe. You go ahead. I'll be close behind.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Count Zero. But the real answer for why I'm using this instead of my previous armor is because my previous armor looked terrible every time I took off the helmet, or the mask, excuse me, which happened often, and I was sick of it. Well, let's do this. Oh yeah, what Vitiate's doing here is really messed up. I just don't care. I don't have a better way to explain it. I just do not care.
Nobody better mess with us now.
I have no idea, Count Zero. I've never played COD Feet. Escape. Escape. There we go. Probably not, Crazy Horse, no. I mean, this is the 40th or so galactic level supervillain that we've seen so far in this playthrough of Tor. And a lot of those have been threats of the week. The only difference between this one
Nobody better mess with us
is
now.
this threat has actually been around for a while and will be around for a while. It doesn't have any of the good storytelling. It's just another threat of the week, and that's arguably the problem. Oh, Jesus. It's a good question, Indiana Joe. I'm trying to think of the most sarcastic way I could possibly answer it. Like, do you get tired of breathing? But see, that's a terrible question, because I actually hate breathing. So maybe, like, do you ever get tired of happiness? Does joy just sicken you? I mean, breathing sucks. Nobody likes breathing. Just get me a little cybernetic implant there. Gets the oxygen in there without me. To be clear, I didn't come up with the pronunciation of Kotfi. I've heard that. I've heard people refer to it as Kotfi before. That's where I borrowed that from. I've never heard anyone say Kotet. Or Kotet, or whatever it would actually be. That was a theory going around for a while, Latario. Now, yada. 100% of people who breathe air die. Think about it. Got feet. I guess that works. Okay.
You're good to go.
Alright, whatever. Just be patiently here. Oh my god, Cashel! It's true! Seatbelts cause cancer. So I have it listed as Knights of the Eternal Throne. You know, Kotet. Would I pronounce Kotet differently? Oh, jeez, I don't know. Man, I have no idea. That's interesting. Yeah, we could just do cot feet. That's not a terrible idea. Let's do that. Cot feet. We got cot. We'll just combine cot feet and cotet into cot feet.
I can confirm it. The defenses are down. Between those weapons and the armory, a lot of the killing power's out of their hands now. Should be able to start evacuation efforts as well. The fewer potential targets on Ziost, the better.
The Emperor's Wrath, here on Ziost. Now, what are the odds?
Hi, Theron.
Vitiate is my responsibility. I'm taking care of it.
More confident than I am, I'll tell you that.
You know this person?
Theron Shan, SIS.
Really? But if you came here to save your sixth line, you're too late.
Oh, sorry. Ham. Okay.
If you know what's going on here, Theron, then you know it has to stop. Let's work together.
Sure. All we need to do is figure out how to knock out a guy no one can touch.
So I take it you don't have any ideas?
I do know we have to try something. That's about it. Way things are out there, I can't believe I even made it this far. As soon as I crash landed, the Emperor's puppets started coming for my shuttle, just like that. Maybe figured on some easy kills inside. Did the only thing I could think of. Rigged the ship to overload, fry everything in and around it. Tried to shield myself, but still scrambled half my implants.
And that stopped the attack?
They went down, yeah. Some of them got back up, but they seemed out of it. Not possessed. Dazed.
I'm just gonna call it Khatit.
Intrusion! Vitiate's pawns! I have a thought.
You?
Be ready for anything.
That was a nightmare. What? It's you. My lord, I don't know what to say.
Leave. Now. You won't get a second chance.
Why is that so harsh? Why is there an option to kill these people?
Shock them unconscious and the tie is severed. Well, for a while, at least. Get enough of them hard enough and they'll be out for a good long while.
Yeah, but how do we do that?
I have some ideas. I need to consult the new Adasta municipal systems.
You gonna need a hand with that? Some backup?
No. I'll be in touch.
Well, he seems confident. Is he any good?
Lana vouches for him.
Lana Beniko, Minister of Sith Intelligence. Who'd have thought it, right? When I met her on Manon, she was in over her head. Seemed to be.
I know what you mean. She's not always what you'd call direct.
You don't have to tell me. My bruises still have bruises thanks to her little deception on Rishi. Still, who am I to talk? I should never have sent my team here. I made a bad situation worse, and now I've got a priority holocall. Great.
You've been busy, Agent Shan.
Oh, geez.
Chancellor.
An off-the-books mission to Ziost. A secret team of Jedi that... I don't even know where to start with you about them.
Everything's happened so fast, you don't realize...
No, I do realize. I realize that you declined to inform me of a prime opportunity to cripple the Empire and face the Emperor head-on. We're taking advantage of the chaos on Ziost, starting with New Adasta. I expect your cooperation.
Wait, please, before you send the order...
You don't seem to understand, Agent Shan. There's nothing to argue.
Well, you were already a character I didn't like.
Ships are in orbit. The invasion's already begun.
Oh my god. Oh my god. You are so stupid! Oh. Just... I know what you're thinking, by the way. You're thinking, Lore, you're not being kind. Remember, she doesn't know. But the problem is, first of all, she's the Chancellor. It's her job to make informed decisions. Second of all, she has an agent present on this world whom she could have inform her. Hey, there's a Sith Lord here who feeds on death. Please don't invade right now. Is one sentence. And I need to go this way. And, oh yeah, by the way, he also was trying to tell her that when she was like, no. We're gonna invade. We must crush the Empire, for they are evil. And still exist for some reason. Which, honestly, at this point in the narrative, if I was in charge, I would already make the Sith Empire not really a faction. Like, seriously. The Empire fell, and they lost. End statement. Imperial character... Like, I would honestly get rid of the division at this point. At the point we're already at in the story. We already unified against Revan, and now we're just the main character fighting against Vitiate. The end.
You're good to go.
Hold up. What? Hi. Okay. I don't even care. I don't even care. I haven't seen any of that, prisoners.
All over New Adasta. Some of them are possessed now. In a real mess.
Are you talking about her now, or you?
Let's keep on target. Doesn't matter how bad things get, we have to put an end to Vitiate's plan.
Yeah? You know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give this one story negative.
Agent Kovac may have been
Just one.
hurt. Possibly worse. I haven't heard from him and his tracker's off.
You're probably thinking, what for, Lar? Because for some reason, the Grand Negatives just will not leave me alone. The one negative is specifically for the threat of the week. Seriously, the way Vitiate is being written and presented and designed here is 100% a threat of the week thing. If this was a random episode of Star Trek, I could not tell the difference. And that's why. But I'm only going to give it the one. Because any further negatives I want to give, I can't. For reasons we'll get into later. Okay, fine, whatever. Can I help you? Where is... Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, let me murder some people really quick here. Non-lethally. It's okay, I'm a monk. I can just do non-lethal damage normally. Alright, I hit him for 3,087 non-lethal damage. Nope, I'm choking droids. I can do that in this game. I legitimately don't think they could, Malachor, to be completely blunt. I don't think this is fixable. I'm sure there is some way in which this could be fixed. I don't have an answer. I do not have a solution for this. Actually, I do, but I can't tell you it yet. Here's a
I
spoiler.
tried to reach you to
New
tell
character.
you this won't end well.
The time for hand-wringing ended when you shut down the Orbital Defense Command Center, Agent.
What?
With respect, you haven't seen what I have on the ground. The power the Emperor holds.
I'm aware, Agent. Now, if you have a report on Sith intelligence or the SIS, we can talk. But you will not tell me how to fight a war.
Damn. This is bad.
That is one way of putting it.
I take it you heard all that. Or enough of it.
So, here's the thing. The one and only defense Suresh could have had earlier was not being informed of the situation. But she is now fully informed of the situation. In fact, based on that conversation, I would say she was already informed of the situation before she even launched the invasion. So knowing the Emperor is eating people, and she's still like, let's go invade. Wow, okay. Okay.
Are you still going to help me stop all this?
Yes.
Then that's that.
I don't have time for this crap.
Let's proceed.
I do not have time for this crap. So let's go stop Vitiate. But I'm a traitor. I don't care! Are you gonna help me stop Vitiate or not? Yes? Then let's go! Which reminds me of something that happened to my D&D character just a few weeks ago. Where I just was walking around with a giant, figuratively, walking around with a giant neon sign over my head saying, don't care! Because we're trying to stop a massive, large-scale demonic invasion of the entire plane. So, we got stuff to deal with, okay? Your little politics and your whatever, don't care. I just point to the sign. Point to the sign. BFA, Indiana Jones. And I feel like that's my character right now with regards to Vitiate. I've just got the neon sign. Don't care.
Okay, I've placed the dampeners on manual. I'll be controlling them while you alter the makeup of the grid. Once it's all set, we'll put a shock into every living thing in New Adasta. Then, we'll figure out what's next.
Really, game? Hang on. No. Damn. Okay.
You're good to go. Boom!
I don't know, Pillars of Snow.
All better.
WoW has always had good music and always will. Good music and good visuals, that's never changed. Although their lip sync tech has gotten really sloppy in Shadowlands. You notice that? I know it's a minor thing to complain about, but it's actually bad. Like, it's distractingly bad. It's weird. I can even explain it, but the summary is less QA time and rush development. But anyways. It is actually worse than Warcraft 3, in my opinion. In Warcraft 3, they were doing obvious stylized... In... What the hell? In, Shadowlands, what they're doing is they're doing wrong lip flaps. Just inaccurate lip flaps. Well, clearly, the introduction of a new energy source means the Empire is on the up and up, Nero says. They're clearly winning. It makes perfect sense that despite the horrific losses across the board, after fighting everyone, including themselves, and their...
Maybe you don't want to hear this. I have to say it, though. I respect Lorna Benico, sincerely. But the Empire enslaves and slaughters innocent people every day. And I respect common decency more. I hope you understand.
Blah, blah, blah. God, I could just go down the list, okay? I could just go down the list. The Sith Empire should be such a pile of garbage right now. And I don't mean like how in descriptor. I mean literally. I mean, they should honestly be in the junk heap. It's why I said earlier, if I was writing this, the Empire would be gone at this point. They would just be the main characters who are doing the quests. Yeah, also, why would you side with Suresh, Mr. The Empire's evil? Do you know who your boss is? Oh, but you can't choose your boss in the Republic. Boy, that sounds familiar, doesn't it? Being forced to serve an evil master. Huh. Jesus Christ, people. She is quite literally more evil than Mar. And Mar is not exactly a good person. Like, he's pragmatic, but he's still evil. Hello? I Okay, I'm not even gonna question this. Yeah, she's more evil than Mar, and she's less competent than Mar. That's a great way to put that. I do not know what I'm fighting right now. It's a force monster. It's the Avatar of Ruins. Excuse me, Ruin, singular. It says on its back. Yeah, monster number 26.
What was that thing?
We've been calling them monoliths. I promise I wasn't eavesdropping, just wanted to warn you. We've seen several of those creatures appearing throughout New Adasta. They're made from Sith alchemy, a sign of Vitiate's growing power. Extremely strong, next to impossible to kill. The one you just defeated is the smallest we've come across.
Its power's already returned.
I'm afraid so.
Didn't we just leave this party? It's super invincible unless you hit it with electricity. Hell, I got that.
Plan's over. Scrapped. Some giant thing tore through a junction. Caused an electrical surge. Dampeners are shot.
It must have been a monolith.
Whatever it was, I wouldn't want its attention.
Agent, report.
It won't work, Minister. I failed.
I could kill him right here.
Agent, don't you have something else to say? Speak, or I will.
Minister Benico, I place myself at your mercy.
Spit it out, Agent. We haven't all day.
I don't work for you. I answer to the Supreme Chancellor of the Republic. I'm sorry.
Sorry? You're sorry? I want him executed. Now.
No.
Get out of here, Agent.
What?
Shut off the hollow and run.
You let him live.
That's right.
If I find him, Agent Kovat will be made accountable for his incompetence. But there's no time for that now. Vitiate's pawns are growing in number. I have a strategy to suggest. You may find it unpleasant.
I'm listening.
War has broken out across the globe. Our former Emperor, however, has limited his involvement to the area around New Adasta, near you. I don't think it's a coincidence. It's possible he isn't as strong as he's been letting on. It's possible he's worried about what you could do. You must get all of his pawns, every last soldier, Jedi and Sith, to stop their slaughter and chase you into the heart of New Adasta.
Yeah, that's not gonna work.
You must make Vitiate want to kill you, now.
Yeah, I don't like that option, but since I was backed into a corner on it, whatever. Ow. I'm not going to waste a valuable resource who's helping me against an actual threat when I've got bigger things to deal with. do you serve, Zeiss? Oh, sorry. All you need to do is feed them ether crystals. Not as impressed with this as I was with Rishi or Yavin 4 so far. Now, I will say this. Whoa! As much as I want to, I don't think I'm going to give Suresh a negative. Because she is what she is. She's a warmongering idiot. I'm not going to give Garrosh a negative for being a warmongering idiot. I'm not going to give Suresh one. Although that's a bit of an insult since Garrosh is substantially better written than her. But, you know, whatever. No, they're going to get me. They're going to get me. Oh, wow, they actually are. Oh, I hate this game sometimes. Leash Radius. Of course, I have no healer, because of course I don't. I have quite literally met people like Suresh. Obviously, they're not in positions of power, but that is the thing I have encountered in real life. I wonder if she's riding high from the victory on Terrace.
Miss me?
But I do agree that the fact that someone like her is allowed to become Supreme Chancellor says a lot about the Republic. Like, a lot. I guarantee you the only reason she's in charge is because she's very pro-kill all them imps. And that's a very popular sentiment in the Republic right now, for obvious reasons. I guarantee that's how she got elected. Make it not Revan. And make it not Vitiate, Nerozos. There you go, boom. There's actually another way to fix Vitiate, but, oh, okay. But, that's a little harder to pull off. Well, we all know it's the Consular, J. Palmer, but we're in the Consular. It does make it a villain of the week, but it's already a villain of the week. That's the problem. It is literally already a villain of the week. Making it some local issue that's just another example of how the warmongering policies of Suresh and the Republic are causing more damage than they are causing good, more harm than good. That could actually work a little bit. Yeah, exactly. Another HUD expansion. Shrink it a little bit. I know we're getting to the point of actually doing 3 changes, but whatever. You get my point. Yeah, I gotta be honest, I tend to not even pay attention to the light versus dark stuff. I'm just playing my character, you know what I mean? Now, this is supposed to be a generally good character who is trying to actually make the galaxy a better place, and she's constantly running into the opposition from literally everybody. Makev? Yeah, Makev was cool. I like Makev. Plus 11 to story, negative 10 to gameplay. That was Makev. Yes, Yada. The score should be up to date. Double check. We did do Hut twice, yes. It's probably what boosted the score a bit. But we didn't do Oricon, and we won't. HK-51 is dumb. Alright, next question. Alright, let's see. Is the HUD up to date? No, actually. Beck, could you hold that for a second? I gotta update the HUD really quick. You good, Bet? Okay. Now the HUD's up to date. I mean, we already know what this is. This is the TU. 4 universe, Nero's. I don't understand that question, Count Zero. The Empire side is better written in literally every way than the Republic side. I can prove that definitively now because I have now reviewed all 8 classes. The only class that did better than any Imperial class was Consular, and even that was only barely. So, since I would like to play a game that's actually worth a damn, I play it on the Empire. Interesting.
Before we go ahead with this, you and I should talk in person. I'll see you shortly.
Sure. Yep, it's time for her to betray us. Saw this coming a mile away. Oh my god. Notice that the enemy placement and overworld design and all that of Ziost is also worse than the previous 2 worlds. Like, Yavin 4 and Rishi were actually decent. This is just right back to vanilla Tor. In fact, now that I think about it, this entire planet is just vanilla Tor, even story-wise. Oh. I mean, I believe this was literally a filler expansion, but I'm not sure because, again, this is my first time. It does feel kind of filler. Not to gush too much, but the previous 2 expansions, or planets, you know what I mean. Previous 2 things were better. Let me just summarize. No fancy words. They good. They good. I liked them. Big net positive. You can see it on your screen right now. Yeah, this feels a little bit like, hey, do you remember Vitiate? No, really, do you remember him? No reason, Oculus. Was he a character? No. I mean, my eyes are bad because I play video games for a living, but other than that, I'm not sure. Yeah, Vitiate is literally more of a character in the last hour than he has been in the entire rest of the game combined. That's not a joke.
You've made it. Good. Time is short. So is reliable assistance. As Agent Kovac is no longer in the picture, I've taken the liberty of reaching out to someone I hope we can trust a little bit better. Are you in position?
Yeah, but this setup isn't anything like what you described.
So what you're saying is you can't figure it out?
Don't get all... I'll figure it out.
We're about to begin, so that would be nice.
What exactly are we about to begin, Lana?
You're going to make Vitiate angry. So angry that he'll place all his attention on killing you. When the time comes, you'll lead him to an electrostatic weapon stored here in the heart of New Adasta. It's meant to be a last resort against major civil uprisings, but Theron's modifying it to be non-lethal. With the reduced charge, its radius of impact will diminish.
Fine. Let's get started.
Yes, let's.
Yeah, lovely people, prisoners.
For all your claims to power, for all your smug superiority, you hack away at the defenseless like a gleeful child. And here I stand, your own wrath, in defiance of your plans, and you do nothing. Use whatever reason you want, but I know the truth. You are a coward.
I think that did it.
I have to go now. There's much to be done. Too much. I shouldn't have come here, truth be told.
There's nothing wrong with wanting to see someone you've missed. Especially in times like these.
If all this ever ends, maybe then.
You know what's funny? I agree with what Django said a few hours ago. These stories feel custom-tailored for the Roth. I know they're not, but it makes me wonder how much they were thinking of this character, this one of the 8 stories, when they were writing this entire sequence, you know?
Hey, that was... awkward. Not as bad as my previous chat with her, believe it or not. Look, I know killing Jedi is kind of a thing for you, but the 6th line... It's because of me they're here in the first place. You could find some way, any way at all. Just... please help them. Don't do the other thing.
Well, now I got it. He asked nicely. I don't think I was going to make that. I'm definitely not going to make that. Alright, whatever. Am I still in combat? I'm still in combat. Oh, because Vet's still fighting. Okay. Let me stretch out here for a minute. Okay. Back into it. The same way I review anything like that, Latario. Games that don't have an ending are actually semi-common for us to review. I cannot believe these are still in aggro. I know, it's EverQuest, but good God. Game with the best ending? Final Fantasy VI. Chrono Trigger. Dragon Age Origins. Yeah, Kira's got it. You played... So, okay. Let me give you a more concrete answer. you play, when it comes to games like those, you review until you've seen the majority of the content, right? So, like, when it comes to a 4X game, you play until you've seen, you know, how some of the different sides play, what kind of different strategies you can employ, early game, mid game, late game, and all the other stuff that goes along with that, right? You know, things like interface and balance and specific design points and core mechanics, all that stuff, it just kind of falls in naturally as you're playing the game. You don't even technically have to finish a campaign, really. You just have to make sure you've seen the core amount of the content, right? Make sense? Like I said, we've covered a few games that don't have an ending and done so in exactly that style. I wonder if I can walk on these. Hey, I can. Oh. What? So, I'm no longer putting up with this crap. Nope, apparently I am, because I can't reach that from here. God damn it. But anyways, you get the point. I suppose it's a great time to go down the question queue. Let's see here. Do I think Jedi from Agent was part of the 6th line? What, Arden? No, but I could see him becoming part of that. If I... Oh, I already actually answered that. Eyesight, I didn't understand that one. Given that Desmond had an ancestor who lived in the Wild West, do you think Assassin's Creed would head there at some point? I do think it will. I even think it should. But I'm not sure it'll be any good. I suppose we'll see when we get there. Who knows how that Japanese one's gonna go, right? By the way, Rimworld's awesome. I highly recommend it. Let's see. Hang on. Lee. How bad would it be if Kyubey was an Azeroth? The only upcoming Assassin's Creed I'm not looking forward to is Infinite. That sounds like all kinds of bad to me.
You think I don't know what you're doing?
Of course I know, my righteous wrath. I know everything.
And I will enjoy watching you fail.
Oh, okay. I thought we were gonna have a chat, you know, catch up like old times. Listen, at this point, I'm not even willing to call mobile games games anymore. That level of tolerance has been burnt and gone. I'm done with it. So, Pancakes asked a question related to something I mentioned earlier. Is the Chancellor, Suresh, on the level of Kai Wynn? So, Kai Wynn was never a get-off-my-screen character. Pretty much entirely based on the quality of the acting, I might add. F, by the way. Ah, that was strange. Oh, it's because I just got a question.
Go ahead. Kill them. Kill the Jedi.
If you let them live, they will just keep murdering in my name. Don't hesitate.
Kill them. I won't mind. And neither will your Republic friend.
You're stupid.
What are you doing? This is not the act of a proper Sith Lord.
Just who the hell do you think I am? Tell me about it, DiMaggio. Stance on Apple Arcade. Big thumbs up. Honestly, hope we see more of it in the future. What evil faction would Kyubey Most want to join. I'm not sure. Oh, no, you know what? One of the Chaos Gods from Warhammer 40k. There you go. Hey, Theron.
That's it. Got it set for as big a non-lethal burst as we can manage. Should be enough to zap anyone in range into a nice long involuntary nap.
Should be.
Hard to come up with a one-size-fits-all solution. A lot of guesswork involved. Wish there was some way we could do a test run.
They've got to be closing in.
Then come on, we need to be shielded. Okay, we should wait until they're good and close.
However this pans out, it's been good to work with you again.
Same here. Beats how I imagined our next meeting. Aside from the part where we're fighting two armies possessed by a crazy Sith Lord.
Oh yeah, I picture that all the time.
Okay, here comes the Puppet Brigade. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, I think we pissed him off.
This one was closest, took the biggest hit. Still alive. We did it. Let's just hope we got all of them. We should call Lana now, see if she has a plan for what's next.
I have a better idea.
Master Suro. No.
Watching you believe you had a chance. It's amused me. Now this whole charade is pathetic. Now, how do you wish to die? In combat? Or on your knees? Go away, little Sith. This has nothing to do with your friends. This is you and I.
Which once again works better if we had abandoned the classes and the factions by this point.
I know you're in there, Jedi. Your body is yours to control. Take it from him.
Your words are as desperate as they are useless. And they will be your last.
Okay. It's okay, we can replace his spine, Vigilant. It'll be fine, it'll be fine.
I saw it. I saw everything. Every life. Every life he took. I took. It's all I can see anymore. I'm a monster.
It's not true. You'll be okay. I'll take you to Tython. The Jedi will help you restore your mind and make you whole again.
And then she'll be no good to us. We need to understand the connection Bishop established with this Jedi so we can stop it or exploit it.
Yeah, and let me guess. The process is invasive. Hasn't she been through enough?
We've bought ourselves some time, that's all. We can't risk the fate of the galaxy just to assuage your guilt.
You want to take her brain apart, and you don't even know if you'll find anything.
We have to try.
He's never leaving. I'm going to hear him forever.
We can also kill her as a mercy killing. This is actually kind of a hard choice. Credit where credit is due. So, on the one hand, if we knew we were getting intel, there would be no choice here. We need to bring her in, and we need to have the intel. It's going to come at the cost of her suffering, but Vitiate is a threat of the weak. We have to deal with him. But here's the thing. There's some problems here. Problem number one, we don't know if there's any intel in her brain. Never mind, problem number two, we don't know if there's any actionable intel in her brain. Those are two different things. It also leads us to problem number three. Are the Jedi capable of helping her? I mean, no offense, but I don't have a lot of, trust in this era's Jedi Order for actually doing proper mental health care for someone who's been through this horrific level of a thing. This leads me to problem number four. No, and I guess that's it. Sorry, there's only three problems. Sorry. I was just going to say option number four, which is killing her, which, let's be clear, that's a good act. That's I'm not sure if you can be recovered or healed, and I'm not sure if you have any intel. Which are both true, by the way. Mathematically, the only choice is to kill her. To try and help her have something that isn't horrific. Yeah, do we be cruel? Do we be slightly less cruel? I just do not believe that, Malachor. You will never be able to convince me that the idiot Morana team will be capable of actually helping this woman. I agree with Crazy Norse. The Jedi could help her, but that does not answer whether or not the Jedi will help her. No spoilers. Doesn't matter, Scumlord. I don't care about light or dark side. I've actually been debating turning those options off, because I don't care. That's why that's still a dilemma choice, by the way, Malachor. Think about it this way. Let's have her rehabilitated. Positive of having her be rehabilitated. It might work. Negative, it might not work. And also, we lose intel. Experiment on her. Positive, we might get we could get information about Vitiate. Negative, we might not get information about Vitiate, and that's horrific to her. Killer. Positive, she is put out of her misery. No more suffering and no more terrible, fate worse than death. Negative, we've just effectively killed an innocent woman, and it feeds Vitiate. All three of these options have one positive and two negatives. I actually think that's pretty cool, the way they've constructed that. So, the question here is, which do we gamble for? Because if you're paying attention, all three of these are a gamble. All right.
The Jedi goes with Theron.
You're joking. Tell me you're joking.
You heard her.
I like to think I did that right in front of both of them. In character.
Come on. I'll get you shipped out of here as soon as I can.
I sincerely doubt that,
I suppose
Ziost.
we can be grateful that we managed some manner of progress. You know, Vitiate gave up on trying to take control of me some time ago. Perhaps he's not as powerful as we were led to believe. Still, he is more than formidable. We've only stopped him temporarily, and war still rages. We have much to do.
Yeah, I like that her reaction is, "Are you kidding?" was for the fact that I did a coin flip to the side. That amuses me tremendously. Where is this taking me?
I just ended a holocall with Darth Maul. He would very much like to speak with you.
Well, that sucks to be him, then. 'Cause I'm busy. Peace! Okay, fine. I'll talk tomorrow.
You're good to go.
Okay, whatever. We're probably not going to start... Well, I guess we could... I don't know. We want to do like half an hour of Kotfi before we move on to, you know, pausing until Monday.
Darth Maul, you wanted a word? I couldn't make that out. Could you repeat?
I'm curious. Do you really believe you've accomplished anything here? What do you think you've stopped?
I know how powerful you've become. But if I do nothing, what good am I?
Indeed. What good are you? It is a question I have asked myself, and have finally answered. I have decided that life is more interesting with you in it. If you wish to keep railing against me, then so be it. Your interference changes nothing. When I am finished here, when every life on this world has been exhausted, I want you to be alive, to know that I succeeded. Goodbye.
We did nothing, yay! Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. I think we'll cut off rather than start Kotfi. It just appeals to me more to not dissect it like that. Okay. Wow, he's Thanos. Of course, he waited until we were in orbit. By the way, the name of Hojo's theme, for those of you curious, is Cultivating Madness.
I take it you've heard about Ziost.
I saw it for myself.
It was a blur. We tried to evacuate as many as we could. Considering so much was out of control, I'd say we did all right. But Vitiate is stronger now. Sith intelligence is in complete disarray. It's all coming apart.
It's a setback, to be sure. But this isn't over. Not even close.
When Darth Arcus first asked for my counsel, I considered turning him down. I wanted understanding, not a place in the power structure. But that's where I am. I don't take the responsibility lightly. Whatever comes my way, I will deal with it.
I've seen what you're capable of. I know you won't disappoint.
Thank you, my lord. Especially after Ziost. Putting an end to Vitiate's threat feels like an impossible task. I don't believe it truly is impossible. Even if it were, we have to try.
Is that optimism?
It would appear so. Imagine that. Well, the Republic are licking their wounds, same as us. But they aren't relenting. And they're hardly our only concern. I suppose I should go about looking after the security of the Sith Empire. Unless there was anything else.
Anything you need, Lana. Anything at all.
Anything I need? That will do for now. Be well, my love.
And the best part is, it looks like my quest bugged. So I have to wait several minutes for that, so okay, let's relax here for a minute, chill, get some paperwork done, you know. Just chilling, don't mind me. Lothario asked a couple of other questions. For example, did the popularity of Elden Ring surprise me? No. It's a slightly more... It's a good phrase to put that. Publicly accessible Dark Souls. Of course it was going to be popular. Count Zero asked a good question. Would Darth Maul be an assassin or a Sith warrior in Tor? I always think of Darth Maul as an assassin, especially since one of the original intentions was to model assassin after Maul. But... Yeah, no, I think I'm going to stick with that. Assassin. This is music that I thought would be appropriate for the moment. This is the song of the Eridar. There it is. Kotfi. Nice place. Well, never coming back here. Wait. You know what this place really needs? Hang on. Perfect. Okay. Now we're good. You know who will share Vitiate's soundtrack? Probably. I do not know who wrote Ziost's storyline. Ziost is probably destroyed here, but back to the normal in the EU because Tor does not connect to the EU. Also, 3,600 years. And those are the only questions you have in the queue, Lothario. It's not my fault that Happy Hut is amazing, okay? That's several. Actually, I already read that one. I don't know why that's still there. I feel like a fool. I don't say that because I chose to side with Revan. I still believe his aims were right and just, and I desperately hope you failed to stop him. No, I feel like a fool because I turned and ran when you gave me the chance. I should have fought you. I'm fairly certain I would have died, but I would have stood up for my beliefs whatever the cost. Instead, I am unable to return to the Republic or to the Order, with no idea what my future holds. All I can do is promise myself to never compromise under the threat of death again. And I promise that if I ever see you again, I'll do what I should have done the first time. Sure, buddy. Hey, game. There we go. I've never before been moved to write a letter to a stranger before, and really, when I replay the moment in my head, it's not as if it was an obvious grand gesture on your part, but you sided with Grandmaster Shan to interrogate Commandant Yavin without torturing him. It was of profound significance to me. Can't say I expect this truce to last any longer than it has to, because, Chancellor Sarish is this incredibly warmongering idiot. But if working together lets us see each other as more than the broad enemy caricatures, I hope we have another excuse to cease fire and cooperate. Hey, remember me? We chatted on the docks of Raiders Cove and I lived to tell the tale. Okay, it turns out we weren't a pirate after all, so maybe I wasn't as much danger from you, but still! The relief I felt after you walked away and I was still breathing, that was intense. Everyone's still talking about the whirlwind you caused. Not just the stuff with Goro and Grum here in the Cove, but shaking up the Nova Blades and those folks across the way with the camps and all the ships. We get a lot of excitement around here, but I think we'll all be anxious for a bigger batch of crazy for a long time to come, thanks to you. Wherever you are and whatever you're up to now, I hope you're rocking someone else's world the way you did with us. For Lana, how unexpected this has all been. I must admit I was flattered by Darth Marr's proposal, and the point-blank manner in which the position was offered led me to believe there was only one answer to give, but I do not intend to execute the role of Sith Intelligence Minister with ego or disdain. I am dedicated fully to the same pragmatic approach I brought to bear against Darth Arcus and the Order of Revan. You'll be interested to learn I've learned that Theron has moved up the SIS ladder himself. As I'm sure you know, I have no ill will towards the man. Point of fact, I still respect him a great deal, but that doesn't mean I'm going to make his life easy. I've already taken steps to lessen his effectiveness. Always look back on our work together fondly. Fate willing, it won't be the last time. Raise eyebrow. From Darth Marr. Early reports from Ziost have been rushed and nonsensical, but Minister Beniko has set everything straight. She has told me of Vitiate's return and your involvement, and of this now ill-timed offensive strike from the Republic. By the way, they all got nommed too. Nom, nom, nom. As matters stand, I will not be sending any further resources, as they would ultimately assist Vitiate in his mad goal. I have full confidence in your ability to work with Beniko and her people towards a solution. I will monitor the situation, and I will contact you directly should the need for drastic measures become absolute. My credentials have yet to be revoked amidst all the madness, so I'm using the opportunity to free a large slave camp and get them off-world. If I can find a droid to pilot a ship, I'm going to stay here and repeat. I'm not telling you this to flaunt my freedom, but rather to illustrate that your decision was not in vain. I am still dedicated to the end of Vitiate's insane grasp for power. Whatever compelled you to spare me, I truly appreciate it. Kovach. Something went awry with the communications platform. I had intended to commend you for your work thus far, but I have just received word that your breakthrough against Vitiate was only temporary. This is most distressing. Vitiate may be more powerful than any of us assumed, and as he does not appear to have any manner of physical form, he cannot be restrained or destroyed by conventional means. The order to evacuate Ziost in priority sequence has been approved. I will attempt to contact you again if anything changes. R. There will not be a stream tomorrow. I double-checked. Unless something changes at the last minute, which it might. So, Monday, at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will do Hot V.